Mike, also known as the One Fig Man, out in the message boards such as ourfigs.com, figbit.com. I hope you come visit us and say hello and learn some more about figs if you already aren't a member. Today we will be doing a tasting of the Ronde de Bordeaux fig. I think it's generally a regular steady producer for me. It does pretty well in the cold. It ripens pretty quick here in zone 7. I'm on the border between zone 6 and zone 7, but USDA does say zone 7. I'm going to be using our refractometer today to test out some of the sugars. If you haven't seen the video in San Miguel Roxo and the refractometer, I use a Brinks scale for testing the sugar content. I'm still learning about it, so I'm not sure everything I'm doing is 100% accurate, but I am being consistent in my test between fig to fig. So whatever we see in one fig, we will see in another fig. So if the scale's off and I'm not being accurate on the grams of sugar that's in a fig, then at least the measurements are consistent. So if we read an 8 somewhere in one fig and a 6 in another fig, we know the 8 is higher, even though that 8 number may not be as accurate. But, you know, read about it on the web. I'm hoping we can learn together and prescribe. I'd rather add some feedback below if perhaps I'm not using it correctly or what have you. So let's get started. Okay, this is our Ronde de Bordeaux. Let's weigh it out and find out how much that weighs. Okay, zeroing out the scale, and it's in grams. Okay, put that baby on there, and it reads 30 grams. Let's just hold that up to the camera, make sure you guys could, it's fluctuating of course because I'm moving the scale, but if you could see that, about 30 grams. I'll put back down, and fluctuates 22, 26, 32, 30 grams. All right, so now let's cut it open and see how she looks. This is our leaf of the Ronde de Bordeaux, so let's go ahead and just label that. RDB. This usually is a go-to fig for me that has been extremely flavorful. I'm really happy with this fig generally. Year over year it seems to be consistent. Open. Oh wow, she's gooey. Oh, nice and moist inside. All right, let's see if I can hold that up. Beautiful fig. A little squeeze, you can see how much she's dripping there. Let's do our money shot, which is typically the leaf and the fig. This is what we frequently see. Alright, look at that. Whoa, beautiful fig, beautiful. Alright, let's get this up and going. Let's first start with the refractometer. So what I'm doing with the refractometer is I take 25% of my inside of the fruit of the fig. Okay. She's gooey. Oh, puddles of honey there. Okay, so let's see if I can hold that up for you guys so you can see how juicy that is. Okay, put that in there. This time I'm gonna taste this. Very refreshing. Notes of berry with fig. Not overly sweet, but definitely a lot of sweetness there. It's not as sweet as the San Miguel Roxo that we just tasted the other day. Now I'm adding 3 of these. This is a 1/4 teaspoon. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mash that up. Let that sit for a minute, and I will try the other side. So I just really want to kind of blend it, try to make this as much of a homogeneous solution as possible. Alright, lots of seeds in this one, but I did not taste a lot of seed crunch. So, you know, I'm not huge into the seed crunch. I like some seed crunch, but not a lot. Try this other one here. So, nice, smooth sweetness. Not overly sweet. It's not a honey fig. I would say it's definitely somewhere between a berry fig and a honey fig. Probably somewhere in the middle. But we'll go ahead and test that up a little bit more, or rather, I'll consider that in my scale that I put on what flavor fig that is. So now that we have our solution here, take out our refractometer. Make sure it's at 0. Okay. And so if you guys haven't seen, what we do is we just look through this eyepiece, and then you will see a screen similar to this screen. And what I do is I add the red line, the red arrow on that screen that you see here, and that is what basically I'm looking at. I don't see a red arrow when I look through this myself, but it just basically, there's a blue section and a white section that's divided in the screen. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to try to just get as much liquid as possible without the solids. Okay. All right. And a solid chunk there. This may not be, 100% accurate because of some of the solids that are in there, but I think if that we use this method across all the figs, we'll have some type of benchmark. So I shut this, okay, and I hold it up to the light. Oh wow, this one is reading just about at 5, slightly under 5. So basically, about 5% of 30 grams is sugar. So 10% of 30 grams is 3. So this one would be 1.5 grams of sugar in that 30-gram fig. But we have to multiply by 4 because the solution is only 25%. So that brings us 1.5 times 4, 3, 6 grams of sugar, which is higher than the San Miguel Roxo. So surprisingly, so that goes to kind of show you the sugar content isn't necessarily always the driver of flavor. I use the same methodology, even if the numbers of percentages of sugar are off on this, based off of, but that fact that I'm being consistent across testing from fig to fig. Whatever number I have here, the RDB showed higher than the San Miguel Roxo. But again, it's the other flavors. I definitely think taste-wise, the San Miguel Roxo was more flavorful, but this one was a pretty good fig, and it was sweet. So that's a pretty short video for today. That's the tasting of the Ronde de Bordeaux. I will go ahead and post some numbers, and we will take a look. Again, these are just numbers that I'm throwing out there. I really haven't decided to put an overall weighting of the fig itself yet. I want to do a few more tastings under my belt and kind of benchmark my scales based off of the other figs and kind of create more of a unified tasting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you have any feedback, again, I really appreciate that. Noted in the comment section below. I take it to heart. I want to try to improve my videos and bring something of quality to you guys. And at the same time, if you have interest in some type of video that you'd like to see, please comment below, and I will try to do my best to get to it. Thank you so much.